As part of Get Steeped tea cupping event at Fairmont Orchid, the Tea Day celebration was dedicated to tea fun facts, tastings, recipes, and of course tea-inspired dinner. The founders of Tea Hawaiian Company, run by Eva Lee and her husband, staged the tea tasting setup at this event. Tea Hawaiian Volcano Village is growing and processing Hawaiian-grown tea, offering 4 varieties: Forest White, Ola'a Green, Mauka Oolong, and Makai Black. These teas come from several varieties and growing altitudes. The teas are handpicked and very high quality.
So this is what the sprig is starting to look like, a little bit different than maybe in the springtime. And you can take the same plant and see some variations depending upon the season and depending upon the weather.
Hello.
So it looks like creating this great culinary event is beginning to be your cup of tea. So tell us what's the highlight of this tea cupping that you have here at the Fairmont Orchid.
Sure. Yeah, we got word from Fairmont that they wanted to do an international celebration of tea this year. So November 12th today was our Get Steeped with Fairmont Day. And we expressed that in a number of ways. We were serving green tea shaved ice earlier on the pool deck, and we partnered with Tea Hawaii, and they joined us to do this cupping. And the highlight of the evening for me will be the chef's tasting menu in Norio's restaurant. So we have a 3-course menu, and everything on the menu is going to have a component which comes from Tea Hawaii. So things like cured ono that is cured in oolong tea and Kona orange, and then we cured that, sliced it, and it's paired with an avocado cream. And it's kind of a locavore event as well, so we're using local avocados, of course local ono. We have an ahi somen roll, and we poached the somen pasta in the green tea from Tea Hawaii, and that of course is like a maki style roll sliced with local ahi. We also have a roasted duck. It's one of my favorite on the menu tonight, and we brined the duck in kombu and black tea, and then we actually tempura'd the fresh green leaf. So we finished the dish with tea tempura. For kind of a sweet finish for dessert, our pastry chef, Chef Jaman, created a white tea panna cotta, and it's paired with Hawaii-grown vanilla shortbread cookies. And yeah, that's the event. I left out the rustic fillet, so we have a tenderloin of beef as well. The tenderloin of beef is with pommes frites and kabocha pumpkin slices, and the tea component on that is we took the fresh green tea and we mixed it with Hawaiian sea salt, and so we do what's called a tea fade, where we have shishimi pepper and tea salt as a complement to the dish, and that's what we're doing. So it's very exciting. It was great, and I'm so happy that Fairmont is having a day like this, because it just goes hand in hand with one of my passions right now.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm a big fan of tea, and I drink tea daily.
Right.
And just found that when I chose not to drink coffee anymore, and still wanted a little bit of pick-me-up in my day, I went to tea, and the flavors are so much more delicate, and it really went a long, long way to develop my palate, and to allow me to really taste things, and it has depth and rolls on your palate. And then just like wine, you can spend a lifetime exploring tea and not even come close to learning everything there is to learn. So it's really, really interesting and exciting time for Hawaii-grown tea, and so it supports all of our interests. Having local ingredients, being sustainable, purchasing locally, and building relationships with local farmers and growers. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Having Kona coffee and now Kona tea is so wonderful. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Chef Steve, Fairmont Orchid. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So Log K is using the fresh local big eye tuna that we use from the Hawaiian Islands. He's just going to do a nice 2.5-ounce slice. Then we're going to season it with a little bit of local Hawaiian sea salt. The noodles that we have is the local from Tea Hawaii Company. Luana green tea that we've steeped the salmon inside for probably about 7 hours, just so we can get that full flavor on there. The type of roll he's doing is called tatemaki, and that's with seaweed on the outside, a little bit of rice on the inside, and he'll be cutting it into 5 slices. It's really delicate because the noodles are so they're so moist and slippery, so it just falls apart real easily. The knife he's using is gyuto. 6 to 5. I think probably one of Norio's signatures is the wasabi slide that we do on our sushi. Adds a little color, a little flavor, and I know the Japanese guests enjoy it. So here for this dish, we just wanted to simplify it as much as possible. We only use 3 ingredients, and probably the main key factor would be the green tea steamed salmon and the fresh tea leaf that we actually just let it sit inside sake. And usually, like herbs from that sit in sake, they tend to die real easily. But surprisingly, we can leave it in there for up to 2 weeks and it stays really fresh and hearty. Yeah, those are the fresh tea leaves. And one of the garnishes that we love to use is sasa noha, which is a variation of the bamboo leaf. Brown sugar, fresh sea salt, and a little bit of orange zest that we put around the local ono. Luana has some local green onions that he sliced, and we'll place 3 slices of the ono on there. Local from Adaptations, we have our micro red shiso. And they're located on the southern tip of the island. Avocado citrus cream, we just use a little bit of heavy cream, ginger and garlic, salt and pepper. Something very simple, a little bit of local avocados. Yeah, well, we're pairing this one with, yes. You have a little towel? Yeah, we'll wipe it up real quick.
Perfect. The orange component of it would really strong.
Definitely. Okay, on this last part. Sauteing a little bit of arugula and the fresh chili, a little bit of salt, pepper, and olive oil. The bunch mash that we have has a little bit of the Japanese tofu itself. The kombu is actually the
actual
cooked in the kelp. We actually mix that with the coconut. Very simple and sweet. And then we can just move right next door to RJ.
Now for the entree. The chef prepares rustic fillet. Pomme fritters, fresh tea Hawaii salt, sencha demi, paired with tea Hawaii's Makai Black Johnny's Garden. This is bacon wrapped shiitake mushrooms and kabocha ribbons. Last but not the least is the dessert. For sweet endings, the pastry chef is preparing Hawaiian-grown white tea panna cotta. It is with white peach coulis, and paired with tea Hawaii's or its white tea. And Hawaiian vanilla shortbread. We hope that you enjoyed this culinary adventure. Please be sure that you join us next year.